Hey everybody, welcome to pretty sure this is the first official live stream on Pomerium. So I know some people know me in the tech space on my own live stream like Nikki.live, and I do stuff over on the CFE.dev as well with two full stack. But in my new role at Pomerium, I'm the developer advocate. So we're gonna start live streaming over here as well. So thanks for everybody that's joining. I see we got a few people in the crowd here already. This is the first time I use Restream Studio. I'm usually using with the RTMP, like through OBS, and I'm actually just trying to find the chat in here. There we go. Cool. All right, now we're good. Okay, cool. Let me just move that over off the screen then. So yeah, so what are we doing today? And also, let me just go check socials real quick here. Cool, cool. Yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, we're on everywhere. Nice. Yeah, so part of my role as developer advocate is obviously, you know, helping create awareness about the product, but also this live stream. Like when I'm hanging by myself, I'll probably be working on stuff that's like, trying Pomerium out here or just working on something related to Pomerium. But we're also going to be having guests. So the first guest we're going to have next week is Becca Howard-Weigel from the Linux Foundation. And we're going to have guests every month, probably definitely one a month, maybe two. And those aren't necessarily Pomerium specific because we're also trying to build a community and we want to put good community content out there. So, we're just finding people in the community to chat with on the projects they're working on or orgs they're at, just to hear about all that. But today, as part of I'm like to give some context too. So I've typically been an application developer. I've done full stack. I've led front end. I did a lot of .NET back in the day. But this is a bit of a switch for me. Not a bad thing. I'm really excited about it. But not just the developer advocate role. That part, it's kind of funny because people have always thought I was a developer advocate. I just kind of baked it into my role. But so that feels kind of natural, just doing this as a full-time job now. But the product is very technical and I need to learn it inside and out. So a lot of these streams when I'm flying solo will probably be me just, you're going to see me get stuck on something, or maybe I'm working on improving our docs, or could be a few things. But basically, I'm selfishly using these live streams to learn more about the product and get better at it. But also, I'm excited to just hang with people in the community because it's one of my favorite things to do. So, with that said, uh, anyways, yeah, sorry, somebody just popped up in my messages. Just let me respond to something here. Cool, cool. Yeah, and I was just chatting with Jaime and Tika, one of my mutuals over on Twitter. All right, cool. Yeah, so what are we doing today exactly? So the title of the stream, I just whipped it up real quickly, but basically, we're going to be securing apps on DigitalOcean. And to give a bit of context for people who have never heard of Pomerium, and to be clear, before I started working here, I did not know what Pomerium was. So if you don't, that's okay. But part of my job is to let you know what it is. So I'm gonna kind of explain what it is in a nutshell. I'm still learning the product, like I said, but essentially, you know, most orgs are potentially doing security the wrong way in terms of like traditional practices. There's something called perimeter based security. So think of like if you have a VPN, like I know when I used to work at Autodesk, which is a large company, like if I was working from home, I had to connect to the VPN so I could access, like I don't know, the Microsoft Office portal or whatever. And the way that works is you have to install a piece of software on your machine, so the virtual private network VPN client, and this is what connects to the work network. The thing though is there's a couple things. One, you have to install software on every machine that for an employee. So I think at the time when I was at Autodesk, there was about 60,000 employees. So think about 60,000 installs of a piece of software that the IT department manages. But the thing is, not everybody's like a web dev or a developer or somebody working in platform engineering. There's a lot of people that could be in other domains which who aren't really that familiar with tech, because like as devs, we were like, okay, I couldn't connect to the VPN. What's going on? Let me debug this. Let me try whatever. So there's this like burden of having to maintain like support for these VPN clients. That's one thing. The other thing is with perimeter-based security, it's kind of like once you're in, you're in. So, and we'll talk about zero trust in a second, and this is what Pomerium is based on. But so think of this like you go to an airport and like we'll use the VPN here in this analogy, but you go through security. So you have your passport and they're just like, okay, yeah, you're good. You're cleared. They didn't check your bags or anything. They just checked, is this Nick? And they let me in. And now I'm in the airport and they no longer check who I am. That this is how a VPN works. It's really only when you first connect. So like, and I know it sounds ridiculous, but like I can go to like any gate then, and then I could say like, yeah, I'm the pilot. I'm gonna fly the plane. And they'll be like, well, he's in the airport already, so he said he's the pilot, so should be good. So that's kind of like one type of security that's perimeter based. And now let's talk about zero trust. And these is basically, let me pull it up actually. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Entire screen. There we go. Cool. All right, so let's just go to pomerium.com. And then there should be zero trust here in the docs. I'll drop this in the chat for people, but yeah, so let's just go to zero trust. And I'm going to talk through it. You don't have to read this whole thing, but I'm just going to share it in the chat anyways. Cool. All right. So what is zero trust? So it doesn't mean you don't trust anybody necessarily. It's kind of like when people say something is you're using serverless, they're still a server. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that kind of thing. But the thing is, you really need to check who this person is, and anytime they do something, you have to check. So if we go back to the airport analogy, I go through security, and not only do they check my passport, they're like, "Do you have a boarding pass?" Yes, I do. Okay. What bags are you bringing on? That'll go through the security check. Think of that as like you're connecting to something at work on like your personal phone versus like your work phone. There might be a policy where they're like, "That's Nick, but he doesn't have his work laptop, so sorry, that's a no go." So think of that as kind of getting flagged at security. But let's say everything goes well, and once you're in, you move over to your boarding gate now, and then you're like, okay, I'm just gonna walk in and get on my flight. They're like, whoa, 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 we need to see your passport again. We also need to check your boarding pass. Okay, that's the right gate. You are who you said you are, but you're 2 hours early, so sorry, I can't let you in yet. Just go sit down. Think of this as just there's something called like uh, Pam. What's the first letter? It's access management, privileged access management. So think of this like time based. And you could think of this as something like, say you're on call at work. So, like, say you're on pager duty one weekend. And so you have access to prod now, but only for your shift. So this is the same thing as kind of like where you have this context. It's not just who you are, it's the context. So in this case, it's time based, but it's also like, okay, this is Nick, these are the hours of his on call. So he's allowed to access prod, but he's on his cell phone, personal cell phone. So that's a no go. So, like, I'm verified every time I try to do something. I try again. Oh, Nick's on his work laptop now, and it's during his hours of being on call, and it is Nick. So, okay, now we're good to go. So there's this constant verification, and that's the big difference. Getting back to the VPN and perimeter based security, it's really just a one time thing. So when you make that initial, like, I'm on the VPN now, so that's kind of the difference. Now, so what is Pomerium? So Pomerium is based on these zero trust principles of security, and so you have what's called an identity aware access proxy. So let me see if I have in the architecture here. Okay, yeah. So I think we're going to be changing up some of these because that's the old logo. But if we look at this here, you can see, so like we've got some remote users, some on-premise users, and they're all trying to access resources down here. Let me shrink it a bit. I think because I'm shrinking it, there's a bit of text cut off, but I'll explain what the bottom is. So you have all these users, remote or on premise, that are trying to access secure internal applications, whatever that is for your business. So the identity aware proxy, the purple here with, it looks like a kind of like the Muppets thing where they all dance at the start here. That's our old logo. The new logo is the one on the left here. But that's Pomerium's identity aware access proxy here. So what happens is user goes like, hey, I want to access secure app number one. And Pomerium's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. First, we got to check who you are. So there's an identity provider connected to this. So think of the identity provider as like you need to log in, like, say, like single sign-on, whether it's GitHub, Google, or Azure directory, whatever your work uses. It could even be maybe a custom LDAP. I don't know. The point is we need to go identify who you are. So you go ahead and you log in. If it's successful, or let's say it's unsuccessful, you can't even get in anywhere. So that's already, you're just blocked right away. But let's say you are authenticated. It's going to go, okay, this is Nick. That's good. Now at the identity aware proxy, it goes, okay, this is Nick. So that's good. That's one check. But like, he's trying to access secured application prod. He doesn't have the role of on call, so we can't let him in there. So I get rejected. But say it's my on call shift, I have this role of on call, and I say, okay, go need to access prod now. It's gonna go, okay, it's Nick. Okay, we verified he has the on call role, and we've also checked the time. He's in the page, like, for example, the pager duty schedule. Okay, it's between midnight and Friday to Monday at 12 a.m. or something. Okay, so he's good to go. So then I can access it. And this thing literally, it's literally like rinse and repeat every time you do it, you know? So like every time you go back to a page in that app or anytime you try to access a service, it's constantly just going to do these checks. And that's kind of Pomerium in a nutshell. So hopefully that explainer is decent enough. I'm still working on this because like I'm still learning the product, but also going to change the scene here to here so we get more screen. There we go. Okay, cool. So now that we've done that, basically, as I've pretty much finished onboarding at this point. But if we come back here, I'll just stop sharing my screen for a sec. Um, you know, I'm trying out the product. Obviously, I'm trying to see where I'm finding pain points and stuff. And so I've already deployed this locally, like when I was interviewing to just test it out and stuff, and I got it working. But I was like, let's go try and deploy it somewhere. So I haven't used DigitalOcean too much myself. I used it when I worked at Dev.to. We had a product there where we just would deploy community software. So I deployed that to a droplet. So I have some experience with DigitalOcean, but I definitely won't say I'm a DigitalOcean guru. But what I'm thinking of doing today is we're going to create a DigitalOcean droplet and we're going to install Pomerium on it. We're going to just make sure that's running fine. And then we're just going to wire up a app that we're going to secure. So that's kind of the idea. And let me just check my work Slack. Nothing is on fire. That's good. Well, nothing's really ever on fire, I don't think. But I just got to go ahead and check socials for one sec here. Cool, cool. All right, there we go. And let me just check the good old B Sky and Twitter. Cool. Just making sure I posted everything. All right, we're good. Nice. Okay, and we do have a few people even watching on X, so that's great. Thanks for that. It's the first time we're live streaming, so appreciate that. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and share my screen again. Man, I'm still thirsty this morning because why do we keep going to that scene? Let's go back here. Um, yeah, I do swimming on Wednesdays, and like I didn't swallow the whole pool while I was swimming yesterday, but it's a good workout, and I don't know. I feel like I've been guzzling water ever since. So also, I've been talking a lot. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna first show you Pomerium.com and how to get set up here. So I'm gonna log in. I already have an account, but here, let me log out to show the flow actually. So say you want to sign up, you can just log in with email and password, or you can also sign up with Google or GitHub. I already have, I'm set up with my work account with Google. So let's just go ahead and log in there. Cool. Okay. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need to create, where is it? I'm going to create a new cluster. Like, so basically, no, I do not want to delete my account. Where was it? That's up here. Okay, cool. There's some stuff I think we could improve here in the screen here, because like when I come back to the main screen here, like I'm logged in now. I keep always pressing here to switch the cluster, but basically it's up here. So anyways, I'm gonna just create a new one here and show you what to do. So I'm gonna say add a cluster. Now, when you're onboarding, I can't show the onboarding because I've already done it. I'm gonna see if I can get my account reset to so I can go through that flow to show people. But when you first start off, you're gonna create your account, and then it's gonna create a cluster for you, but you have to get it up and running. And basically, you can do it with Linux or Docker, and the third option is escaping me at the moment. But I would default to Docker. It's currently not defaulting to Docker when you do the onboarding, but we're probably going to switch to that. But for now, I'm just going to create a cluster. And think of this as just like my Pomerium instance with stuff I'm going to have in it, like routes and stuff. And we're going to talk about all that stuff. So we'll just say do demo, and it's going to assign you a domain. So like if you ever use like Netlify or Vercel, you get like funny names for URLs. It's just automatically assigning one. We're not going to go into it today, but basically you can add a custom domain too. Okay, so I'm going to show you this screen and then I'm going to immediately delete my cluster because it shows you credentials and stuff like here. So, but I would suggest going with the Docker, and this is what the onboarding will look like. So you're going to copy that and then you'll run that. I'm just going to say finish and I'm going to delete that immediately because you saw the keys and stuff. So let's just delete, and actually let's delete. This was me testing out one before. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and create another one, but I'm going to just stop sharing my screen for a sec, just so you don't see the credentials. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to add the cluster again. So I'm doing literally what I just showed you a second ago. Let's go digital ocean demo. And I like the domain name it's giving me, worth-hippo-629. All right, let's do it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead to the Docker compose YAML that I showed you a second ago. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And I'm just going to go save that on my local right now. And we're going to use that after. Okay. So that's all good there. Cool, cool. Oh, we got quite a few people watching, actually. That's nice. Cool. I'm going to just say finish here. Okay, and let's go to the digital. Let's load it up. Okay. Routes, and I'm gonna switch it to digital ocean demo. Okay, let's go ahead and share my screen again. Cool. Here we go. And I'm gonna zoom in a bit just so people can actually read things. So the first thing is, and also clarify, like when you onboard, the first time it's going to create this verify route for you, but because I've already onboarded, it's not going to do that now. So I'm going to create that. So we're going to do a few things here. So I'm logged in with my Pomerium account. So there's a few things we need to do here. So when I was talking about the identity access management, the identity aware proxy, it was doing checks, like I said, like does Nick have the on-call role, or is this the time range that he's allowed to access stuff? So those are what are called policies. Now, we're not going to do super fancy policies today. I'm going to create a basic one. So I'm going to create a new policy here, and I've got it super zoomed in just so you can see, but let's just call it just Nick. So like, I'm just Ken, kind of vibes. All right. And we're going to make this optional. Now, it's optional because we don't want to enforce this on every route. So for now, or we could, but for now, I'm going to make it optional so that I have to explicitly add it. And I'm going to add what's called an allow block. And I'm going to just click plus here and think of this just like a query builder, but for a policy. So basically, I'm going to say the domain is pomerium.com. So anybody that has an email with pomerium.com will be allowed to access whatever resource where this policy is applied. I'm going to just change it to be more explicit right now. So where email is ntaylor@pomerium.com. All right, let's go ahead and save that policy. So I've got the, I can't stop saying it, but I'm just Nick. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and create a route. And so there's different ones you can do here. I'm still wrapping up on Kubernetes, so I'm not even going to touch that one. And we're not even using Kubernetes right now anyways. We don't need one for Jenkins, and I don't need one for Node.js either, but those are guided routes to help you configure it. I'm just going to go with a custom route. And I'm going to just call it verify. And think of this as like the endpoint. So like when you try to hit a resource, it's going to redirect you to a login. That's what this is. There's some additional fields here. We're just going to skip them for now, but you could put a description and like a logo. The important thing is we need a from for the route, and I'll explain this in a sec. So I'm typing in verify. We could call it something else, actually. We could just say auth. It's whatever you want to call it. You could call it SSO. I leave it up to you. But you can see here, it auto completes it with the rest of the domain name. So I'm going to put that. Now, what this does is anytime anybody is going to go to your app, like anything on worth-hippo-629.pomerium app, like so you have slash my secure app, it's always going to redirect to here if you're not authorized or authenticated. Sorry. So out of the box, Pomerium gives you one of these. So we have our own authenticate service, and this is just basically how it's accessed. Now, if you had your own, login that you wanted to redirect to, you would configure it here. All right. And now I'm going to add a policy where it's just Nick. Okay. Now, before we get done, I got to go to headers as well. So when you log in, you're going to get claims about who you are. So claims like that you'd see like in a JWT, a JSON web token or a JOT. In this case here, it's set to, it will inherit from its global counterpart. This is what it defaults to. Right now, we don't have any global ones, and I actually want to explicitly pass the identity header. So I'm going to set that to true, and I'm going to go ahead and save the route. Okay, now, before we do anything else, we actually have to deploy this somewhere. So this is where we're going to start working with DigitalOcean. So I'm going to just, give me one sec here. Just going to log into DigitalOcean. I'll just go ahead and stop sharing my screen for a sec. Ba-bum. And while I'm doing that, just got to check things over here. Cool. All right, we're all good over there. Okay, so let's go to DigitalOcean, and I'm going to log in. Okay, sign in with Google. Cool. All right, and let's go here. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. I think we should be in a good spot here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I don't know why it keeps defaulting to that view and not this view. Okay, so I'm logged into DigitalOcean right now, and basically I want to go, this is my default. And okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a droplet. And if you're not familiar with DigitalOcean droplets, I will drop a link to it. Cool. Now I'm in Montreal, so New York's close. Well, Toronto's maybe closer, but we'll go New York. Okay. And this is just for a demo, so I'm just going to pick the cheapest thing here. So I'm going to say regular, $6 a month, and I'm going to create the droplet. Okay, so we've got a droplet named here, and I'm going to go here now. And I think I can rename it, or it's still creating it, I guess. We'll give it a second. While that's loading up. Okay, that looks like it created it, so that's perfect. Cool. What's this popping? Okay. Just checking a couple other things before we continue. All right, cool. Oh, nice. I just saw. I'm giving a talk at a local conference, confu.ca, and I just saw that Century's sponsoring. So shout out Century. Okay, let's just rename this. We'll just say Pomerium on DigitalOcean. Okay, so there's a few things we need to do here, and I've used DigitalOcean a little bit, so you'll see me fumble around here a bit, but that's okay. All right, cool. Hide that. All right, where was it? Access? No, that's not what I want. I need to. Where the heck is it? I need to access the console. I'm gonna SSH in, but okay. So I've got my IP in here and stuff, and I should be able to SSH into this. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But I think we'll need to put a firewall so that it's only my IP that can access it. This has nothing to do with Pomerium at this point. I'm just making my thing a little more secure here. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit that. And oh, looks like we already have it. I think this should be okay. Let me just check this real quick, just because it's got my actual IP. Not that I'm stressed out that anybody's gonna hack me, but I just want to check it. Okay, that should be good. Okay, yeah. So, okay, let me come back here. Outbound rules. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and share it again. Cool. So basically, the rules here are, let me click over here. Okay, so basically for inbound traffic, I'm not scrolling up because it's the SSH with my IP address for my address that it's accessible to my network at home. But there's an SSH for port 222, and for inbound, only me at my IP address can connect. So that's just you kind of want to go with principal least privilege always. So this literally means only me can SSH into my droplet. And like most people on an internet service provider, my IP will change occasionally. So I'm just saying that out loud to anybody that does this because it's happened to me several times. I remember when I was doing my droplet with Dev2 that my IP address changed. And I'm like, why can't I SSH in anymore? Like, oh yeah, got to go update the IP address. I think if this is more like in your work environment, you'd probably have like static IPs. But anyways, aside from that, for the droplet that's going to host Pomerium, we need all inbound traffic on port 443 because the Pomerium identity aware proxy is public. So if we turn this off, it's just, you're not going to hit anything. Now, the outbound rules for this as well will be this basically allow all outbound traffic to. Now, this is specific to just the droplet for Pomerium. And we'll get into what the rules should be once we uh, secure an app because it'll be a little different. And I guess I can kind of mention it right now, but like essentially Pomerium sits at your network's edge in front of all your internal apps. So your internal apps have like there's a local network, they have IP addresses and stuff. And so once you start configuring routes in Pomerium to access internal apps, you're going to have specific IPs or maybe there's names within the internal network that you're going to set as the from value in the route and then the to value in the route. So if I say go to slash secured app, that's the from part of the route. It's going to actually go to some local IP internally. And that's good. But the thing is, if we come back here now, like right now, if we go back one more, so like I have a public IP address right now for where Pomerium is going to be. That's good because like I said, it needs to be accessible from the internet. But the other ones, like I'm going to create another droplet after where we create our I'm just going to create a silly app to basically secure, but it's going to have a private IP address like this one. And the firewall rules for there should be no inbound traffic from the internet. It should only be internal. So we basically want to set the firewall rules to say you can't access this via its public IP. So we'll configure that as well. And then, yeah, that's kind of it. So right now I have the droplet and where the heck is there's somewhere to get the rules about SSHing into it. But anyways, there's a couple things I've done here. It's kind of out of the scope of what we're doing, but I have my public key uploaded to to DigitalOcean already. So it'll know it's me when I connect to SSH. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this and let's go open up terminal. Clear. Oh, no, don't need to clear. Okay. So side note, but I'm using Ghosty. It's a newer terminal from the creator of HashiCorp or founder of HashiCorp. I'm not like a terminal fanatic or anything, but I've been enjoying the experience so far. So we're gonna say SSH root at here. Okay, so this is the first time I'm connecting. I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes because I do trust this. Okay, so now I am on my droplet on DigitalOcean. So like if I do ls, oh yeah, there's one more thing I need to do here. I think clear, yeah, it's going to say unknown terminal type. I've got to look this up again, but basically I got to set in my bash file that to let it know I'm going to set it to a more general terminal type just so I can use like commands like clear and stuff. So what was that again? Claude, help us out, Claude. Whoops. All right. I get this error in a droplet console. I just have to export. I forget what it is. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's just copy that, and can we add it to the bash RC? Yeah, okay, so let's copy. There we go. And I've got to add this to, yeah, just echo it to the bash RC. There we go. Let's copy that. And if I do vi.bash rc, should be in there, I think. Okay, Q. Whoops. Okay, clear. There we go. So now my clear is working. All right. So the first thing we need to do is, and I'm just going to keep this very basic. So we're going to say touch compose.yaml. And I'm going to do vi compose.yaml. Now I'm going to take this off screen for a second just because I'm pasting in verbatim the compose.yaml that I got when I created my cluster on Pomerium 0. Also, side note, Pomerium 0, where I logged in and showed you how to do it, that's the quickest way to get up and running with Pomerium. But because it has the keys hard-coded into the compose.yaml, I'm just going to take this off screen. So give me one sec here, and I'm just going to paste in my awesome config here. Escape, right quit. Okay, and then let's just make sure it's there. I'm going to cat it out. Okay, it's there. All right, cool. Let's clear that. Okay, let's bring this back. Thank you, Claude. Okay. So now I'm going to say docker compose up -d because the compose.yaml is like literally in the root folder here. Again, if you're setting this up a little more, you'd probably organize it differently maybe, but this is just for demo purposes. So, okay, so we don't have Docker installed. So like, let's literally just copy paste what they said to do here. All right. Let's just go with here, apt install. Okay, yes, continue. Nice. All right. Progress is happening. Cool. While that's happening, I'm just going to check a couple things. And let's see here. Let's go check over on the B sky while that's okay. That finished. Great. Cool, cool. All right. What else is going on? Okay, we're all good there. Nice. Okay, so we're all good now. And let me bump this up a bit because I think it's a little harder to read. And now we're going to do Docker compose up. Where is it? There we go. What did it say? Insufficient runtime for containers. Oh wait, a self-sufficient, not insufficient. Unknown short. Docker compose up dash D. What did I do wrong here? Clear Docker. Just hold on. ls. Yeah, I got my compose.yaml. Docker, not Dockler. Compose up. Oh, did I need to install both things? Maybe let's just do apt. What did I do wrong? Let's see here. Let me just go look. Install Docker on DigitalOcean droplet. I clearly should have pasted both commands, I think. So install and use Docker. Yes. Okay. Really? I need to do all that? Why did it say all the other things here? I set this up the other day and I didn't have to do all that. Hold on a sec. Docker apt install. Set up apt repository. No, I don't need all this. Why do I need all this? Here, hold on a second. You know what? Actually, let's come back here and let's clear and let me run it again. And then it's going to say compose is not a Docker command. I'm just going to go and clod this again just to save time. Tell me what to apt install. What do I need to apt install? And while that's going on, Docker version. Yeah. Oh, geez. I'm feeling pretty silly. Might need the other. Don't need sudo. All right. Yes. Cool, cool. For some reason, I thought it installed it all. All right. Let's install like the planet here now. Okay, while that's going on. Sorry, you can't hear the music, but I'm listening to my Spotify. Cool. Clear. And now let's try this again. Really? What's self-sufficient runtime? Unknown shorthand D and what did I do wrong here? Hold on a sec. Compose is not a Docker command. I'm still getting it. Okay. Hold on a sec. I'm still getting Docker compose is not a command. I'm on a DigitalOcean droplet. I should have literally pasted those two commands. I thought it was an option. Okay, sure. Yeah, gonna allow the paste. All right. To be clear, everything I'm doing right now has nothing to do with Pomerium right now. I'm just getting Docker back up. So Docker, it's just in case, Docker compose up dash D. Really? Okay. No, you know what? I'm gonna recreate a new droplet and copy the two commands because I did this the other day for something else and it gave me the commands and it worked fine. So let's just do this. Let's destroy. Now I know this is not. I would debug this further, but like I'm just for time's sake, I just want to get started. Okay. All right. Did that? Yes. Destroy this droplet. To pour one out for Pomerium on DO. There we go. And I'll recreate it in a second here. Okay, let's create that again. New York. Ubuntu. Yes, yes, yes. We just want regular, $6. Create droplet. All right. Now, again, you wouldn't just delete one and recreate it. It's just, again, for time's sake, I'm going to literally copy those two commands it gave me before. So, because I did that the other day for something else and Docker was working. So, all right, this is still creating. And again, to be clear, this is not Pomerium related at the moment. This is me just setting it up. And it's not even a DigitalOcean issue either. It's a me issue. I didn't copy the proper commands. Okay, let's just give this a good name again. There we go. Okay, and let's go back to networking and edit. And I'm gonna, no, I want to use this one. Oh, and there's my IP, so never mind. All right, that's good. And we want to associate it. Well, we'll worry about that after, but okay. Let's go back. Okay, let's copy this IP address. Exit. This one's toast, so close terminal. Let's create a new one. So SH, root at there. Yes. All right. I'm going to run Docker compose. Well, let me create the YAML file. So let's do touch compose.yaml. Okay, let me just bring this off screen for a second again. There, clear. Oh yeah. Nope. VI compose. All right, let's paste it. Escape, right, quit. Clear. Oh yeah. Got to get my clear. Got to put that back in the terminal. Son of a. Anyways, that's the beauty of live coding. All right, cool. Let's copy that. And let's just put that in the bash. Cool. Back in business. Now we'll get back to where I was before. So ls, we got the compose, docker compose up dash d. It's going to give me this, and I'm going to literally paste the whole thing now. Allow paste. Yes. And I'm going to make sure I have this to. Hmm. All right. Docker. It's good. Okay, not a command. So let's do the other thing. Sure. Maybe it's Podman Docker I need to use. I don't know. I know Podman is a different container service, but boop, boop, boop. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I guess need to use the Podman one. So the Docker Compose YAML is kicking in here. It's creating the volume for Pomerium and stuff, or the cache and a few things here. It's just pulling everything down. Okay, so that is running now. So if we look at this, we do Docker PS, we can see that Pomerium's running. So now what we talked about like probably like 30 minutes ago now, let's go to status. So it looks like things are running. So this is running from the DigitalOcean droplet. Now, if we go back to the routes here, so I have this verify route. So if I click here, it's going to load up. And I am running on the cheapest DigitalOcean droplet, but this should be good, I think. Let me just see. Yeah, that's running. Should be good. I'll give it a second here. Let me do Docker logs. Oh, wait, emulate doc. Okay, Docker logs. Okay, sure. Docker PS. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Let's see. Ba-ba-bum. Let's see, Docker logs and Pomerium verify. Why is it not doing it? Docker logs. That's running. Okay, so why can't I access it? Let's check here. This is good. Oh, it's auth. Yeah. Oh, maybe I don't think it has to be verified, but for the out of the box one, but I will do that just for fun. Save route. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think it's that. So clearly got something wrong here. This is good. Let's just check everything here. So I got my policy. It's assigned. It's just Nick, which is just me. That's right. Okay. Policy's good. The route looks good. Let's just double check. Verify 8,000 and the headers. The route is all configured properly, and the status here, what's this warning? Yeah, clusters in. Okay, everything looks good. Cluster is running the latest version of Pomerium. Cluster storage is healthy. Okay, everything seems okay. So why can't I log this? Give me one sec here. Okay, Docker logs with dash F not working. Let's see here. Let me just paste in what's the message I'm getting here. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, what's the container ID? I don't want quiet. I don't see any logs. I'm just talking to Claude. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't have to use this the other day, but let's do this. Okay, so why didn't it start? I've got nothing there. Let's try the other one. Okay, nothing is showing. Weird. Docker compose down. Okay, and if I come back here, it should say, okay, that, why isn't it starting? Docker compose up. Okay, that's good. And okay, Docker PS. Let's see, what am I doing wrong here? It is running, so why am I getting nothing? Let's see here. Can I see? Okay. Let's see what's running here. Yes, let's install NetTools. Cool. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Let's check again. Should be good. Yeah. Status says everything's good. All right. Let's see here. Let's do this again. All right. So stuff is running. Clear. Okay. I still don't see logs. Can you show them? Not real time. Let's see. Okay, let's do Podman PS, Podman logs, and let's just. So is it just not. Why are they not running? Do. Okay, so I got nothing in the log, so I guess that explains it. Hold on a sec here. I think this is gonna time out again. So why did it work the other day? You know what? I have another one with Docker on it already. So let's go over to there. And I'm just going to put on the compose YAML over there. So, okay, so I'm going to use the same one here. And okay, yeah, so let's just do that. So give me one sec here. Let's go to marketing playground. Okay, that's the one I need to get into. Clear, exit. Root at why is it not letting me in? Let's go here. That's right, IP address. Oh, you know what? I think my IP changed. Okay, let's go check that here. Hold on a sec. Palm I'm gonna check my IP. I think it might have changed, but seems to be the same. Okay, so it's not that. Why can't I connect to this droplet? Copy. Really? SSH root at. Why can't I connect to this droplet? Let's take a peek here. Oh, it's because it's off. There we go. That explains it. Cool. Give this a second. And let's copy this compose again. The droplet's back on. So 38. Yeah. Clear. Let's do a new one. SSH root at. Come on, buddy. What's going on? Why is this timing out? My IP's right. Yeah, it's not that. Let's see here. Sure. Console 159, that's good. SSH root, why is it not like that? One 159, 203, 165. Okay, what's going on? I'm just gonna check something on Slack. Okay, no. I don't know why this droplet is hanging. Okay, I guess we'll go back to the other one and there we go. Okay, all right. Yeah, okay, and let's just see Docker PS. Uh, Podman. Why is there no logs? Because we come back here. Yeah, that's not going to load up. So what is going on here? I'm just going to double check my compose.yaml, but excuse me. Volume, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, worth hippo. Oh, okay. Verify. Yeah, that's good. Verify dot worth dash hippo. That's good. Everything seems good because like it would give a forbidden error if I was running, but okay. So what is it? Um, let's see here. Also, I'm not sure why the Podman. Why did that work the other day? Okay, let's see here. Docker install on DigitalOcean. No, that's what we did the. Yeah, this seems like apt update curl dev policy. I didn't have to do all this the other day when I set up Docker. So what was it saying? No. Okay. Docker compose. Let's see. Control R apt. A little frustrating, I won't lie, but let's see here. This is what I ran the other day. Installs Docker engine, but for Docker compose, you'll need. Okay, sure. No, that's not it. I wonder if something is down, maybe? I don't know. Where is my droplet? There we go. Okay, and if we go to the console, let's see here. Docker PS. It's there. Just gonna bring it down again. As far as I know, both should work. Like pot from what I know, Podman is supposed to be fine, but bum, ba-dum-dum. Hey Fuzzy, what's up? Good to see you, my man. I'm having trouble here with basically I'm not my everything's running, it says, but I can't see my logs in Docker. So everything there is good. And if I do ps and then Docker logs dash f, yeah, I got nothing. And if I do the other one, I've got nothing there too. And this is confusing to me because I haven't set it up on DigitalOcean before, but well, I did a quick test yesterday, but everything is up and running. Like even though it says the replicas are good, like that's all good. And I'm just wondering why when I go to my route, it just doesn't load. Let's see here. Like I haven't done anything else. Like if we look at settings, 138, 197, 23, 132, is that right? Yeah. So you can see here, and if I come back to here, we can see like it does, it's recognized, like it's connected. So I'm just wondering what's up with this route. Is it literally me doing something silly? Let's just edit this route. Please don't tell me I put HTTPS here. No. Verify 8000 should be right. Let me go check another one. Yeah, it should be that. That's good. You know what? Let's just YOLO and try the route again, but I don't think that's going to change anything. Call it verify. I'm going to say go to that. We're going to put the policy, just Nick. Save route. Yeah, something is up. I know it's connected just based on this here. Like if I come back to the settings, and yeah, so that's good. Let me maybe just delete the firewall in case maybe I did something weird there. Let's go to, where's my droplet? All right, let's go to networking. Oh, there's no firewall on this. Where do you set it to? More? No. There's a way to add it, but I'm not even using that firewall. So, there we go. Droplets. Let's go. Where is my droplet? Add one. Pom on DO. If that fixes it, I'm gonna find it very funny because, like, if anything, that would be more restrictive. But let's go back here. No, it's not that. Oh, I wonder if it's because I have two things running on 443. I don't think it would, but like, let's go shut down that other droplet. That shouldn't matter because it's a different one. But I'm not going to rule out anything here. So let's just get rid of this, remove, refresh that. Okay. And let's turn this one off. That shouldn't change anything, but what else would it be? It clearly shows it's active. And networking. Yeah, it's the right. Um, what is going on? We got the private IP, the firewall, HTTPS. That all looks good. Okay, let's come back here. Still not loading. I've clearly missed a step somewhere, but I honestly don't know what it is at the moment. Hmm. That's okay. The struggle is real. So let's go back into the console. Okay, I can't type in the console anymore for some reason. Let's go. It's not letting me connect to the console. That's clearly the firewall. So let me. Oh, I know why that is. Cancel. The inbound. I clearly got rid of my IP address by accident. Let's put that back. Well, it's okay. This is the struggle. This is what happens when you live code. Doesn't always work, but let's see if we can recover here. So now if I stop this, there we go. I'm in. So one, that's a win for security. I wasn't allowing anybody in on SSH. So okay, HTTPS traffic. That's good. Okay, so let's do Docker PS again. Let's zoom this in a bit. All right, I'm gonna do Docker compose down. I don't think I was using Podman last time when I set up Docker on a droplet, but as far as I know, like I said, there's supposed to be one for one, I think. But okay, let's do Docker compose up, and I'm just gonna check that I've got the right one again. Done. Okay, and I'm just gonna go cat out the Docker compose for a second here. Just want to make sure cat compose.yaml. Okay, verify worth hippo. Everything looks good. Restart always, port 443. Okay, it's all good. All right, so what else could it be? Let's refresh to check the status. Okay, cluster may be experiencing connectivity. Let's check again. That's something different. I didn't have this before. Canceled on disconnect. Found out has stopped. No more messages will be accepted. Uh-oh. That's good. I just found a 404 page, so gonna log that. Let me just create a new note for that. All right. We're getting close to time here, unfortunately, but um, this is a little frustrating, I won't lie. Um, let me see here. Let's see. We got Docker PS running now. About a minute ago. Let's do Podman logs, and let's do this. Still nothing. They both started though, which is weird. Nothing there. Let's go check traffic. Nothing yet. That makes sense. Uh, this cluster, maybe this updated now. Okay. That I'm not sure what's up. Deployments, verify 8 minutes ago. Okay, so that all worked. Usage. No. I'm just going to double check settings again. Yeah, it's definitely connected because it's got the right IP address. So I am really not sure what's up. Okay, let me try this one more time. Hail Mary, but I don't think it's going to connect. Okay, well, let's see here. I'm going to check one other thing here. I'm still not a Docker guru, so I'm going to see what I can look at and see what's going on. For Docker, how do I see any errors? You know what? Let's bring this on the screen because this is what I'm debugging. And it says created, but not started. I have no logs. Okay, let's see that maybe. I'll be getting better at Docker this year. Okay, so status says 443. Okay. I see this. You're kidding me. Don't tell me it's because I wasn't using the name. No, nothing. Um, both show no logs at all. All right, let's go grab some help. Health check on failure, none. Okay, that's good. Ah, unable to, okay, there we go. Unable to start container process. Is it possible I was just missing something? Okay. Yeah, that's a good call. Server, hello. Okay, that's good. Oh, maybe this. Okay. Connection refused. What is that port 52276 failed? The cert is for that, but you're trying to access. Look, yeah, no, that is the cert. Yeah, no, that's not going to work though. Okay, so that's working. Okay. So why is my my verify route not working? It's going to be something super silly. I know it too. Uh, try check Pomerium config for correct host settings. All right. Yes, it does. Cool. Okay, so that loads. That works and returns markup. Add a I shouldn't have to point a record because Pomerium handles this. Sure, I can share my Pomerium config, but it's literally let me just get rid of the token. This is literally what got. What do you mean that's incomplete? These things I don't need because that you don't need that with the when you create a Pomerium whatchamacallit clusters. But let me just double check. I'm gonna create a new one and delete it right away, but test, and I'm just gonna make sure that like I copy the whole thing, but always, yeah, everything's there. 228, verify, aliases verify. Okay, finish. Let's just delete that one because everybody saw the tokens there. Okay, it's all there. So what the heck is it? Ba, ba, ba. Let's go back to DigitalOcean demo, verify. Nope. Status, let's check that again. Okay, this is still reporting an issue. Um, let's see. There was talking about port 522776. To be honest, like normally I just set this up with the compose.yaml and run it, and I verify right away, and it's all good. So there's clearly something went sideways, but I do have stand up shortly. But let's see what's up here. One more thing, maybe. Okay, no, that's not gonna load. So I'm gonna have to see what's up. I might come on later just for a short, just like, oh, this is what it was. It was super silly. But just want to say thanks for hanging out. It's a live stream. Some things just don't work sometimes when you're live coding or demoing. But I do want to finish this. So I'm gonna see what's up. I'm gonna check with some people and see like maybe maybe I did something sideways, but I'm pretty sure I was going the happy path with all this. So, anyways, regardless, thanks for hanging today. I will get this sorted. And just want to remind you, next week on the live stream, we're going to be hanging with Becca Harwit Weigel from the Linux Foundation. And we're going to be talking about the mission of the Linux Foundation, what she's doing over there, and also just how to make meaningful content for developers. So thanks again for hanging today. Not the outcome I wanted, but it's all good.